Yes, indeed, folks. And we're going to start the night like this. For it is not meters, but a meter-making argument that makes a poem. A thought so passionate and alive that, like the spirit of a plant or an animal, it has an architecture of its own and adorns nature with a new thing. The poet, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Welcome, welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Good evening and welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary, that's right, the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how we do. We've been doing this and doing this and doing this well. Welcome to episode 99. Let's get it going as we usually do every Thursday. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching, we appreciate you. And you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 860-4964-4756. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe we're going to show you this evening. We do this thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. So we'd like to thank the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Bloomberg Philanthropies, the Howard Gilman Foundation, and the New York State Council on the Arts for hosting these free online events. You can add your donation to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/donate. Every contribution counts and is very, very much appreciated. Make sure you are plugging in with one of the dopest techs in the Zoomverse. The one and only Matthew Model Keen in the building, all the way in Jersey, baby. Make sure you plug in with Matty. He's also the host of the Final Friday Slam, along with Paul Conqueso, you know, the Storm God businessman. Also, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. All the way up in the BX. That cat's dope, man, for real. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in. Tonight's theme, original language, cultural perseverance. This is about your native tongue. This is about the native tongue that your ancestors spoke, right? This is, and listen, I had a conversation, shout out to Queen, man. I had a conversation about, well, what if you don't know where you're from? What if you don't know where your people are from? Then I was like, yo, but I bet you remember something your grandmother taught you, or your grandmother said, or your great aunties and uncles said in their conversations. those things are part of our culture, and helping to make sure it maintains going into the future. Then we teach those things to our children, right? So if you don't necessarily know your original language, that's still totally cool, man. If your artwork is not on theme this evening, that's totally cool. We are still looking forward to all the incredible artistry that you have to share with us this evening. Next week's theme coming at you: histories, mysteries, conspiracies. Listen, once upon a time, they used to call me conspiracy brother. I love digging into conspiracies. I absolutely love it. Like J. Cole said, all good jokes contain true shit. All conspiracies, there is an inkling of truth in there. Trust. But they've sprinkled enough crap on it and called it a conspiracy so people don't believe it's an absolute truth. So that's what we're going to be dealing with next week. Bring all your genius and we'll get down. Here is a look at the upcoming themes. Also, welcome to November, folks. This is the first open mic of November. The year is just about over. Can you believe it? It came so fast, folks. It's incredible. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your artistic performance. As you're coming to the stage, have your artwork ready. We have a full list this evening. Plus, we already got folks on the good luck round. So, we want to make sure that everybody is ready to rock. Artists, you got 4 minutes to get down. All right? All artists have 4 minutes. You will also notice, once that 4 minutes, I believe I got to make sure I know. You will see in Matthew Model King's box, once you get to 4 minutes, right, you will see the countdown happening. Once you get to 4 minutes, you will hear this sound. Once you get to that, you have 30 seconds to wrap it up, B. Right? We got lots of people that we want everybody to make sure they get their time, right? Trust me, the mute is coming. I don't like to mute people. I don't want to mute people. So keep it right, keep it tight, folks. All right? We have reached the time of night where all the sensitive ears should be just out of earshot because there are explicit lyricists and some may bring about some triggering flashbacks, not to mention some powerful political it's going down in here, all right? However, the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, my favorite part, baby, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Go around and get cute, man. Get the boot from the BX or Jersey, baby. Trust me, it's going down. This is a living, breathing trigger warning. Thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all that energy, all of that exuberance with the audience. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. We're going to make sure it stays that way. Share all that energy with the community and it will be returned to you. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to newyourekan.org. You click on full events calendar. You click on a Thursday that you want to get down on. You need that artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the list. And they don't populate until 24 hours before the show. They don't always fill up, in the first minute or two. All right, so make sure you are plugging in to see if there are still tickets available. Tonight's list. Oh my goodness. You see all these amazing artists? You see what the original language is bringing out of folks tonight? Man, I can't wait. So let's get to it, y'all. Here's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good people? I see some great folks. Joski's got his instrument tuning. Good Goldberg. What's good, sir? Great to see you. Jeff Robles is here. Michael Sindler's here. Alan Gary. Catman. I see you, man. Bonnie Soloway. Great to see you. Ike Waltz is here. The God and Goma's here. I see April's here. Eddie's here. Brian And Cecil, good to see you, man. Ike Waltz, Lantern, captain of the street team is hard at work. I see you, homie. All right, yo, let's get to it, y'all. All right, I will post tonight's list in the chat, and it's gonna be a great one. I hope y'all ready, because it's gonna be a great one this evening, folks. All right, really, like I'm expecting folks to come and do what they normally do, especially with a theme like this. People are going to stretch out. I'm hoping to hear multiple languages this evening, folks. Truly. Let's get to it. Coming up first, as he just happens to do on a regular basis, and he does it so incredibly well. This gentleman, I'm telling you, he has such a bright spirit. He always has a rhyme that's right on time, and is a contributor to I Can't Breathe Volume 2. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Come on, Eddie. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thank you, my brother. No other words like thunder. And thank you for pushing on through. And remember that we love you and Mathematical King too. Hello, my name is Ed Potassa. Hopefully, I'm fantastic. Please, time you can join my rhyme. Five flow sublime. I got two pieces, so I'll take too much time. This first piece is called Family Comes Together by Glather the Poet. Family comes together for always and forever, in sickness and health, in poverty or in wealth. Family comes together for always and forever without any reason, any time, or any season. Family comes together for always and forever in death or in life, in happiness or in strife. Family comes together for always and forever in anger or in kindness, whether all seeing or in blindness. Family comes together for always and forever, whether for work or for play. They somehow find a way for family to come together because families are forever. Thank you. This other one is called The Phantom Menace. I bear his fangs, I bear his eyes. I know, quite strange. I'm just an ordinary guy. I came from an asshole, dimwit as he is. He had no loving soul. He didn't want any kids. The wound burned so deep, squeezing my bloody core. Our blood runs super deep. My eyes rain from the downpours. I think about Luke Skywalker, never getting tempted by a dark side. Here reminds me of Peter Parker going through life's wild rides. With great power comes great responsibility, or use the force in many stellar possibilities. You could be like your tormentor, but what the hell would that do? You could be like your Terminator, but how would the sun shine on through? I know he or she is your force ghost, but how can this be an aspect of living? You can have a self-deluded roast, then your grief will be everlasting. Be the fan figure you want to be. Don't listen to your phantom faded history. Be the sun, moon, star, planet, and sea. If none, please write it out in poetry. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about, Eddie. I love those flips, man. For real. You just do it incredibly well, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poetastic.
Thank you. Woo!
Such a wonderful, positive way to start the evening.
Thanks for that question, Eddie. You can be like your tormentor, but what would that do? Everybody needs to ask themselves that.
That's true. Yep.
Love that you incorporated that into what people are very familiar with, i.e. Star Wars, right? The Phantom Menace. I really love that, right? Don't listen to your phantom faded history, right? What if Luke Skywalker never got tempted by the dark side? Oh, right? In the first poem, I think that's something that we should all really remember. Families are forever, right? And we're not talking about the one that you're born into either, you know. It's really important to maintain those relationships as well. So thank you, Eddie. Really, man. You always have such a positive vibe, man. Always with the rhymes. Truly, truly appreciate what you do, Eddie. Really. All right, folks. The Starship is underway. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman, I'm telling you, he just has a way with words. He really does. I love the passion that he delivers with his work, how he writes his work. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. He writes the type of work that just sticks to your bones. I like to call him Mr. Chicken Soup. The one and only Alan Gary is in the building. Come on, Alan, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Friends, you can follow me on my Alan Gary Facebook page. Tonight's theme, original language. I share a piece in prose which is conversational and universal. It's called Non-Exist. It was so simple to walk away, even though we were so close. But it was never easy. What was so hard was to choose to live a life as if in some new time stream, to create a world in which the universe has different players is to play God, but without the knowledge of what will be, searching for answers while afraid of the truth, questions costing so much. Leave the past behind. Hope the future will say goodnight. Wrap myself in daydreams. The night has so much darkness. But follow the North Star. Connect the dots. If I dare to exist, or else non-exist. Thank you.
Man, man, you're incredible, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Alan Gary.
Damn, that was killer, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. It was almost every line was a poem in itself. I like to wrap myself in daydreams. Alan, I need to compare notes with you because I do that all the time, and I want to know how you do it.
For sure. That definitely jumped out to me as well, Jedi Master. Because it's just something that's, you know, everyone finds themselves daydreaming, right? But very often, or not as often, do we find ourselves being comforted by them. So he said to play God without the knowledge of what will be. Come on, man. Questions costing so much. If I dare to exist. If I dare to exist. That's, man, that's just a revolution in my opinion, right? That's just revolution in motion. Thank you, sir, for doing what you do and continuing to share it with us. You're amazing. Thank you. Coming up next, man, I love getting to yell at this dude. Really. I've known this cat for some years, man. He always has a level of poetry that people need to hear. His relatability is off the charts. And I think that tonight is going to be no different. Damn it, Goldberg, it's been too long.
I know.
The one and only Alexander Goldberg is in the building, y'all. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you, Goldberg. Please take it away.
Yeah, Elemental, I know we go way back. And yeah, hello, Elemental, hello, dear poets, dear viewers, dear musicians. Today I'm presenting the poem that is called Kharkiv Radio Dictation and its Significance. Our language is still living. Our language is exciting. Its honor must be given through speaking and through writing. Here, at the safe location, at local subway station, district administration wrote radio dictation. The members of department, even the city council, they all became united by love. They show support for art and spoken word. It's such a joy to write it. For students and for teachers. I heard about the author. I really want to meet her. The timing is so crucial. It's all about our culture. We're fighting for our future, and that is what unites us. What matters during writing is not only the spelling, but history and culture and land we are defending. It's more than just a text. It's more than knowledge test. Our language is original. We're ready for what's next. Thank you.
I told you, man. I told you he does. He just puts in that work, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the Goat Bird.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, can I ask you what it says behind you on the wall?
Oh yeah, it says Radio Dictation 2025, and then the
Cool.
company that sponsors this. Yeah, that's what it is.
Nice.
Thanks. Thanks for being here again. When Elemental said you've been here for some years, it just called up to my mind. Yeah, he's been here for 5 years. He was here the first year this was going on. So
Wow.
it's always great to see you check back in.
Yeah, Miss Tommy, it's great to be here. Likewise, for sure.
For sure. Like, you have such a unique voice, such a unique perspective. And I love how you talk about your culture and your language. When I saw your name on the list, I was like, yeah, man, he's just one of those dudes, right? I remember one of the poems, and he even had like some of his cultural garb, you know, where people are still making them, right? To make sure that that part of his culture does not get lost over time. So I really appreciate what you do and how you do it. You said our language is still living. That's just powerful, right? And it's because of people like you doing what you do, right? The timing is so crucial. We're fighting for our future, and that's what unites us. Listen, man, you be careful, because you let a politician around your way get a hold of that, that'll be their tagline. That will be their slogan. I'm telling you, for real. Great work. Right? It's more than just a text. It really is. Right? There's blood, sweat, and tears on that language. Thank you, Goldberg. It is great to see you, sir. Great to hear your message and your voice. Always amazing. All right, coming up next, this gentleman. I mean, listen, he does some amazing things. He beat Poet Laureate of Colorado. This dude, he is Mr. Lighthouse Writer himself. I call him our resident blacksmith because his pen always stays so sharp. The one and only Michael Sindler in the building. Come on, sir. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please,
Yes,
take it away.
absolutely great to see Elemental and everybody. There's a lot of first year people here. We don't go away, man. We found our space. And if you're wondering why you call me Mr. Lighthouse Writers, it's lighthousewriters.org. And if you go to that, you'll find all kinds of great classes and workshops and various generative things and community things. And a lot of it's online. So it's very cool. Instead of actually going into language, I'm going to deal with some form. I'm going to read a couple poems that are in a form. It's a fairly recent form. It's called an anapete, and you'll pretty much figure out how it works. This first one is called Hand Me Down Monkey. Hand me down monkey, first-rate adventure, crawling in the attic, breathing generations inside boxes and armoires, full of dusty surprises. Hand-me-down monkey, lost arm dangling in memory, medals from before for good, mystery suitcase, rust and leather, resting treadle, sewing machine, Cardinals outside tiny windows, hand-me-down monkey in need of repair and a hug. Stacked magazines balance history. Clutter shares remorse and longing. Dander drifts from taxidermy. Why deviate from ancestors? Hand-me-down monkey, cuddle and whip spontaneity. Nuts fall to roof, echo and roll. Stairwell creak, heavy shoe fall. Furnace howls and grumbles. Cements bond, loss and found. Hand-me-down monkey. And if you didn't figure out how the little form worked the first time, you will this time. This is my second Anna Pete's, called A Sharper Eye. I lost my wife to God. It was hardly competition. I took it badly, then moved on. In retrospect, I feel contrition. It was what needed to happen. I lost my wife to God. Inevitable from first moment, from time out loud and soft bridges and translations. Something wrong, something right, almost what claimed, but lesser. I lost my wife to God. Correct decision, left despair. Love continues burning. Some things are invincible. Death do you part, holding fragile history. I lost my wife to God. Light cannot be extinguished. Not what I expected. Retrospect was not available. A sharper eye and open ear would have seen why I lost my wife to God. And I've still got a minute up there on the clock, so I'm going to do a really short one. It's called Hooked. Man with a crutch and a hooked on Jesus tee. I can't help but think, damn, that must have hurt. I'm sitting and waiting for a cardiogram. I'll be hooked up, but hopefully not damned. Okay, thank y'all.
He's just a master of form. I mean, he just, oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Sindler.
Beautiful, Michael.
Yeah, form is language, Michael. You know that. That second poem, that really moved me. There was a line at the end. Could I ask you to find that line on that second poem? You sort of asked a question or something.
He's on mute.
I'm not sure what
Might
you're.
be muted.
I think it was something near retrospect was not available on A Sharper Eye.
Yeah. It was not
Don't
what
worry
I
about it.
expected. Retrospect was not available. The sharper eye and open ear would have seen why I lost my wife to God.
Yeah, I was just wondering, a sharper eye would have said why. But I was wondering if that's really true or not. You know, how we tend to, yeah, how we tend to kind of sometimes want to blame ourselves in some ways for outcomes. And it's almost more important to, um, in a sense, do that to yourself, knowing it's not true, but still needing to do it. You know what I mean?
No, I have plenty to apologize for.
Okay.
Trust me on that.
If you say so. No confessions necessary. I'll take your word on it.
For sure. I mean, I think that goes for all human beings. The longer you live, the more you have to apologize for. Um, I just really love the way that you work, sir. Like, your delivery is unlike any other. Your perspective is just like, I don't know if you like play with mages, or if you are in Merlin's like bloodline, But you really do magical things, sir. Like really. I'm telling you, this cat, he just loves forms, and he just does them amazingly. Breathing generations in boxes and armoires, like, hold me down, monkey, in need of repair and a hug. The hand-me-down monkey, like, I love that. It's just, something that just gets passed on, right? Gets passed down from generation to generation. I love that. Why deviate from ancestors? But you really threw me off when you said, I lost my wife to God. It was hardly competition, sir. Like, I don't know. I said this about other folks. Like, I don't know what planet you get your download from, sir, but that line it's incredible. It's incredible. Some things are invincible, sure. Life cannot be extinguished. Like, you're amazing, sir. Look, folks, he is also a contributor to Love Letters to Gaia. He was telling us earlier, listen, there are some OGs in this building, right, who have been rocking with this platform since its origins. And Michael Sandler is one of them. There are a few artists in this book right here. Shout out to Miro. Shout out to all the incredible artists who are in that collection. Thank you so much, sir, for continuing to do what you do at such a high level and continuing to share it with us. You are very much appreciated. All right. Coming up next, love when this cat comes through. Peace to the God for all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding he continues to share with us. One of my spiritual advisors, he is just an experience every single time he comes through. He is a contributor to Sunday's Open House Anthology, published by One of the Last Poets, as well as came to do lots of things, but didn't come here to tap dance. The one and only Baba Ngoma in the building. Come on, Baba, let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, God. Please, take it away.
What's up, y'all? I put that in the chat, I'm gonna try to do 2 pieces. I don't know. I ain't got much time. This language that I'm dealing with, first off, is music. A poem in response to the question, what kind of music do you play? Swallow sweet sound like quinine, dog-faced blues. Music junkies, acquired taste for flatted fifths. Reggae, skanking, bubbling bass, funk in your face. Ghost of Hendrix, defiant strings, ragamuffin style. Heartbeat, now your bingy drum. Diaspora sound with the melanin enhanced jungle dance on concrete. Unboxable improvisational freestyle, buck wild. Rhythmically challenged culture bandits can't steal this. Music notation can't chart this. Unnotated sounds between the keys. It's too real for Memorex. We string scientists do voodoo mathematics on your ear hole. Funk so deep, Grammys can't judge. Stolen blues from Mali to Memphis. Cypher spinning on and on from bebop to hip hop. Eternity's too short for this rhyme. In future time, only the righteous can sing this song, sing this song, sing this song. music is my essence. It started with the rhythm of the downstroke, the yin and yang of love, creation of heartbeat in the womb. First smack on the bottom, the dissonant melody of my first note, the song of my cry. Gospel music harmony was my ear training, bass line tattooed on my umbilical cord, wiggling my toes to the backbeat. Music lessons on my mother's knee, she was a Sunday school pianist. 7 was the magic number captured by the riddle of the fiddle. It was my first string thing. Music notation became a second language. In 6th grade, a flute joined the family, followed by a keyboard and a cello. High school brought my baritone horn to the marching band. Civil rights sit-ins and anti-war love-ins birthed the age of folk music, but freedom songs brought me a guitar, mentored by Odetta, whom I later met, and Nina vicariously. Bob Dylan and John Lennon in rotation on my turntable. Doo-wop on the corner and basement quarter parties. Jazz came late at night, caressing my eardrums in defiance of my size. Finally large enough to rock an upright bass, riding the A train to a night in Tunisia. Then came serious business. Yeah, I'll do the rest of this for him next week, huh? Skidoo, 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 ba 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 da ba bo bip, skidoo doo dip dip, skid dip dip dip, skiddy dip, skiddy dip, skiddy dip, da ba doo ba bip, boo bip, boo dip, boo bip, boo bip, boo dip, boo boo.
Everybody a second to just collect your collective breath. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba Ngoma.
Oh yeah. I saw Bonnie put Ghost of Hendrix, but I feel like it's like the ghosts of like ancestors over generations and generations pulling this knowledge up to now. And Baba's voice is the voice, all of that.
Yeah, I don't know so many people who can do a tour de force with music and the word in 4 minutes, It's like a total, it's like you're lapping us with every phrase. This is just such a wonderful experience again. So
Yeah,
many great lines.
music is absolutely as more emotional than poetry, words actually. And the way you combine them is just remarkable and a special treat, I might add.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
you.
want to second that
to
thought
hip-hop.
that Bonnie said that, music is a real direct channel to emotion. It just, if you can musicate your poetry, you're going to get into that emotional channel really direct.
Musicate.
To tell Ngoma that.
For sure.
Man, it's a hard question to answer, what kind of music do you play? And Goma, you did it. You answered it.
Yeah, it's true.
For sure.
Yeah, if anybody
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, if anybody wants an example of how to become a channel, there it was right there.
Listen, a channel and a conduit, right? Like, I think we saw 4 instruments this evening, maybe 3, right? We saw the fiddle, the flute, and the electric pipe or flute type, and then the voice. So, and listen, that poem, right? A poem in response to the question, what kind of music do I play? That's right out of here, folks. That's right out of here. And he said, because it's just such a dope line, it's too real for Memorex, We string scientists do voodoo mathematics on your ear hole. Funk so deep, Grammys can't judge stolen blues from Mali to Memphis. I mean, you're a whole seance, right? In the second poem, you said started with a rhythm of a downstroke, the rhythm of my cry, the riddle of the fiddle, right? Freedom songs brought me a guitar. Like, yo, come on. Like I really, really love how you just dig all the way in to what you do every single week. Thank you. Thank you for your dedication to our craft, to the revolution, to the people, and spitting that truth. Appreciate you, Baba. Really. Peace to the gods and the earth, man. All right. Coming up next. There he is. All the way across the pond where it's wicked late. The most eloquent writer in the world. I used to say the most eloquent writer that I know, but now I understand that he's actually the most eloquent writer in the world. Recently, he's been plugging in from Grenada, and he just continues to do some amazing things with words. I like to say that him and Love got a thing going on like Billy Paul and Mrs. Jones, and he's gonna show you how he does it. The one and only Lantern Carrier is in the building. Come on, Lantern, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, brother. Please, take it away.
I seem to be freezing sometimes. Let me try quickly. You can hear me? Sweet. Somehow, the wings of love do not soar with the cuckoo's passion if the ancestral diction is absent. I say to my sweetheart, I love you very much, yet the English words do not convey the beauty of medo wo papa ai of the Ghanaian tree. I sometimes reminisce about mi chica Latina Nubia and use the Spanish sweetness in eloquent poetry. Te amo, mas hoy que ayer, pero no tanto como mañana. I love you. More today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. She would usually smile alluringly, and this touches my soul. Occasionally, I dabble in French. Je t'aime beaucoup. And there seems to be an intensity and longing in the diction well suited to the nuances and romanticism. At least I get a blush and a demure smile on a sunlit face. Yet I love the Yoruba of Nigeria. With extra vigor, the melody that Obinrin, my Dudu Olufe, my Black Queen, give to the words, Moni Fedre, Pupo Pupo, Ay. There's so much cute accentuation and vitality in her voice as to make Casanova blush. Culturally, both France and Britain influence our lives, the former ceding the colony of Grenada twice. Yet the indigenous people were Caribs and Arawaks, who both suffered a horrible demise fighting for their dignity through guerrilla warfare in advanced caves such as seen in Jamaica. My granny spoke some French words, but my mom did not, except something that sounded like Sakitan Pale Lot Wanale, meaning spread the news, someone has just died. We all knew what that meant, and sooner or later, the name would follow. Our drums were our theme were drums, bamboo and carnival, calypso and traditional dances, a time to fete, perform salakas, feasting, stories, and dance. Some West Indians have completed the new DNA test available, and some trace our ancestry to West Africa. East Africa too, and the Kikuyu of Kenya, the Maji Maji of Arusha, Tanzania, remember the genocidal struggles against colonial rule. Tanzania and Kenyan women are very charismatic and muy gorgeous. So while there you would hear the caribou and me saying asante or amani meaning welcome, thank you, I bid you a peaceful life. As a lover of life and most things Kenyan, love was in the air too. Anakupenda sana rolled easily up my lips in the presence of my Nairobi princess. What is my original language? We from the colonies went through the same process of erasure like our continent, like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, eradicating our identity, history, cultural heritage, language, and more. Yet our griot and archives remember, and our truths returning 100-fold. Black people today are still processing our identities, seeking reparation, closure, and freedom. Yet freedom is not for others to give. Beware of those who write statutes for your freedom, for the corporate heart may still hold the very chains erased from the right hand, now held tightly in the left. I ran out of time, right? The light of love supernal is the only freedom. For if the stars do not shine at nights, then how would darkness know what it is like to kiss the moon? And so we persevere, as love will one day transform us to original pristine glory. Meanwhile, we wait. Shandi Shifuni Ami Tofa. I don't know what it's a lantern carrier.
Ami Tofa. Yo, this cat went through about 10 languages right there. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Oh, Lantern,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
Well, you wanted to hear other languages.
oh,
Facts.
beautiful.
That was
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Serve them up.
Yeah,
All-
really,
God.
All the
really
different-
just, oh, go ahead, Bonnie.
I was just going to say all the different ways to express love. And I think I learned once that in English, there's only one word. And maybe that's our problem, that other languages, there's just so many other ways to express it and the way, so many meanings. And that's, Lantern, that's what I think you give to us every week. It's just all the different meanings of beautiful words.
Thank you, thank you. The light of the love supernal is the only freedom.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed almost the kind of breezy conversational tone you delivered this in, it's like it was so relaxed and laid back. And I take Bonnie's point, it's just one word in English for love, and it made me think kind of immediately. Maybe that's why I'm always trying to find so many different ways to show love, because there's just one word for it in English.
And everyone has their own definition of it. That's the stinking problem, right? But Lantern, again, I know I may be exaggerating, but I know I heard a good 6 different languages in your poem this evening. A good 6. And you flow through them effortlessly, right? Like you're fluent in all of them. And that just makes you a world traveler. That just makes you a man of the sun, right? Because the sun touches all countries, right? All the worlds in this solar system. And the way, again, I've said this before, the way that you talk about love is just, it's heartfelt in new ways, right? Shout out Idiyanga. She was talking about Nigeria and the Yoruba and the Bibo tribe. He said, occasionally I dabble in French, struggles against colonial rule. And like he said, the light of love supernal is the only freedom. Sir. Like, you should give world seminars on love and how to express love. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you, sir, for what you do and continuing to share it with us. Wow, that's just amazing. To take a step back really quick, Bobby Ngoma was also the Beat Poet Laureate of New York in 2017, and he said the green keyboard instrument is called melodica. Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lantern. Listen, I don't know what I have to do, but I know you have them, at least one. But I need a manuscript of all Lantern Carrier poems. Really. And I know you have at least one. I got to get my hands on it. Thank you for doing what you do. All right. 4 more artists, and we will go to halftime. Coming up next, all the way from the Pacific Northwest. I love what he does. I love how he does it. I love his fervency for what he does. Um, I don't know if y'all saw it, right? But as soon as Baba and Goma started getting down, this gentleman ran for his instrument and started playing along with him. I'm like, yeah, this dude, he is so serious about it. His groove, his vibe. It's just amazing. I love the artwork that he writes. He's just amazing. Our week is about to get put into balance by the one and only Joski C. Come on, Joski, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, sir. Please, take it away. Oh, no. Joski freeze? Oh. We need Joski C's, not Joski freeze. It's all right. We will definitely come back to Joski. I think he just got kicked out. We will definitely come back to Joski. Okay. In the meantime, in between time, we get to go to the priestess. Yo, one of my spiritual advisors. We have frequent conversations about life, about education, about the ancestors, and she has been a blessing to me and my poetry and my family. I really can't thank her enough. And then she has the nerve to be an incredible poet. Also a contributor to Sunday's Open House Anthology, published by one of the last poets. The one and only Oshun Yo Yen in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, priestess. Please, take it away.
These days, you can find me at the crossroads, pouring libation, praying for this fool to get out of the White House, praying for the people in the position to exercise power and implement, institute, and keep the Constitution going in law, because it's just downright crazy. The forefathers of this country may not have been perfect, but they for damn sure set a decent foundation that we need to get back to, quick, fast, and in a hurry. So, yes, I just made a political statement there, without fear, too. The First Amendment still exists as far as I know. Anyway, the title of my poem is Ebony Phonics. Just something real quick. I used to run around saying, oh, Ebonics is not a good idea. And yes, everybody should speak standard English, but this is a dialect, and this is a dialect born of many languages. So here we go, Ebony Phonics. I don't speak bad English. I speak English with an African beat. Ebonics, yeah, I said it. Ebony Phonics, painted in African cultural traditions in numerous dialects. Uptown Harlem swing, Gullah Geechee, Georgia drawl, Chicago cool, Southern sugar lilt, 15 different West Indian patois, including Trinidadian sweet speech, and a continuous song of African-themed dialects translated into English, rising chorus from the Caribbean. And as much as you diss our dialects, you imitate them all. You had to. You use our language too. Again, you had to. Its rhythm is too hypnotic. Its colors too bright. Nothing in your dictionary reverberated in the soul so profoundly. So you imprisoned it when it snuck in your back door through your children's imitation of our speech, through musicians, music, and our culture rooted deep in our history in giving birth to new descriptive icons as our vibrancy wove Kente sensibilities into your threadbare cloth. Tote and okay from Senegal. We dug deep in our tomb of buried treasure and resurrected Ghanaian language, twee, mia bone, translated, my bad. You picked up bogus from the house of Boko Boko. Boogie was always our word for dance. Wolof and hip, your eyes were open, meaning you're where. And bozo always meant stupid. We were never stupid, just left alone to learn on our own or suffer in silence. Your German forked tongue, diphthongs, double consonants didn't slide easy on our palates. So we infused them with African seasoning, translated them in our own idiom, the ancient reborn in the modern dialogue embedded in our DNA. We speak many shades. I speak in many shades, descended from many African bloodlines. I don't speak bad English. I speak English with an African beat. And yes, I speak Caucasian too.
Unmute yourself, give it up. Oh shoot, yo, yeah.
And what is there to say after that?
Yeah, that was a good zinger at the end.
Oh, I mean, between just like Baba Len and that, oh my God.
That was great.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
everybody else is great, but damn,
For sure.
what a trio to have in a row.
yeah, that was just so online with, part of the mission of the cafe: preserve, protect, promote, teach, carry forward, the cultural legacy. I was taught, the Yoruba call that memory medicine, and you just got a huge dose of it.
It's amazing. It's amazing where everyday things we use come from different places. But the word for taupe, that's Wolof, is out of Senegal. Okay was actually woke. It means just how we use it. Okay, okay, okay. And what blew me away and what made me actually write this whole poem was I have a Ghanaian friend, and we were doing some stuff, and he was messing up a few things, and he kept saying "mia bone, mia bone, mia bone," and I was like, "Yo, what does that mean?" I said, "Break it down for me linguistically. I know me means my or me." He said, "Yes." I said, "What is a bone?" He said, "Bad. It's an apology," and that's just how we use it. It's an apology. My bad means I'm sorry. And the entire world is saying my bad now, but originally that came out of Ghana. Just incredible, just incredible. We dug deep in our DNA and pulled that out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, out of our DNA.
Grumbling.
That's amazing. See, this is what I love about poets. It's what I love about artists. I've said this before. Poets aren't gonna say anything that we haven't researched first. Right? We just what we do. And listen, I don't know. Listen, I don't know who's who's in the lead about speaking more languages this evening, but you mentioned just as many cultures as Lantern was speaking languages, and I absolutely love that. You mentioned Uptown Harlem Swing, the Gullah Geechee, right? We infuse them with African seasoning. I speak English with an African beat. I love that. We speak in many shades. Right. And listen, that last line, like we heard that. We experienced that all at the same time. You're just kind of incredible at what you do. That was probably one of the most fearless poems I've heard from you. And I look forward to more of the work that you do. Thank you, Priestess, for what you do. Oh, hold on. She coming back at me.
Yeah, I just want to say you said speak fearlessly. As poets, we need to speak fearlessly. Everybody, the message has to be heard. So we can't be afraid, which is why I'm really mad about this guy in the White House, because it seems that what's trying to be done for people is not to exercise that First Amendment. And damn it, I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to say what I want to say because the First Amendment guarantees me freedom of speech. And as poets, that's our obligation. Before the pen hits the paper, the finger hits the keyboard, that's your obligation. Speak that truth. Speak that truth.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful, beautiful reminder. And I hope everyone received that this evening. That is our charge. Thank you, Priestess. All right. We are going to come back to the one and only, right? Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Like, I called you Joski Freeze for a second, Joski, and your colleagues are just like, yo, where's that strain from? I'm going to need some of that, man. For real. For real. Joski, you're just one of the community's favorites, man. You always put our week into balance. Glad to see you with your instrument. Come on, man. It's Joski C, y'all. Please, take it away, Joski.
Hey, Elemental. Coming through?
Like a rock star, Joski. Come on.
Okay. Yeah, that was weird. The electricity went out right at that moment. And then it popped back on. It's stormy here. So, hey, just so I can, will remember to mention this, I'm going to feature at the Time to Arrive open mic this Tuesday. So I will put a link in the chat if anybody would like to join in. Okay. So this is something. So Donald Trump continues to murder people on the high seas in international waters, people who are suspects only. And I began to, I shared something last week, but this is on that same theme. This is called Sailors of the King. Jesus is a fisherman. He's walking on the water. Sad that it's the only way to escape this slaughter. I think it's a sin. I think it's a sin. Sailors of the King, I think it's a sin. I think it's a sin. All this murdering on the sea. Attack, yells the captain. Gale force winds will blow. Joystick accomplice. There's more boats to explode. I think it's a sin. I think it's a sin. Sailors of the King, I think it's a sin. I think it's a sin. All this murdering, I think it's a sin. I think it's a sin. To murder for a king on the sea. On the sea.
He just does this for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski. See?
Oh yeah, thank you for
Thank
that,
you.
Joski. That just brought us to a really beautiful place. Even,
Yeah,
even though it's harsh, it's still just the way you do it.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing, is that, it's done in not that the anger isn't still there, but it's done in such a nice, smooth way that you don't realize that you're getting lulled into that. So it's really nice.
I
Yeah,
really like the
that's
guitar chording. I really like the guitar.
Oh yeah.
I really like this piece because, I mean, when it's a brief, a short tune song, but a lot of the time, when you want to stand up and speak out against something, uh, it's much more expeditious and efficient instead of taking something apart point by point, piece by piece, to just go to its premise and render it ineffective. I think it's a sin, and you don't really need to say too much more than that.
Singing truth to power.
Yes. Exactly, Jeff. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
that's just another one of the charges as a poet is to do just that, right? Um, Joski, your melodies, man, like your rhythm is just so, you don't your music is not forceful. You just kind of like your guitar playing is just like Novocaine, man. And you just people just hear you. They just like find themselves in a space when they hear you start playing. And then how you write your songs, they are just so precise, man. It is absolutely Jedi Master, a quiet storm, indeed, right? Like I just I love the work that you put in, right? Sailors of the King, I think it's a sin, right? To murder for a king on the sea. Joski, man, I'm telling you, you're like a Grammy waiting to happen, sir. For real, for real. The only reason that they're not looking at you is because they don't have a piece of collection to say, yo, this dude deserves to perform. Even if we don't give him a Grammy, make him perform on the show. The world needs to hear you, man. Really, thank you, Josie, for what you do. It's amazing, sir. Thank you. All right, two more. We'll go to halftime. Coming up next, Brooklyn Stand Up. This incredible storyteller comes through with her totally unique and beautifully born style of artistry. I've never heard anyone like her. And she's not attempting to sound like anyone. And I love when artists have their flow locked in, and she is one of those artists. The one and only Martensia in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Mania is a trip. Forget the psychedelics. The void holds me, but I hold nothing. It fades into threads of gray, neither bends or breaks. Yet I rust, shrink, and fold, mold into many an episode. Yet I stand amongst the wreckage and ruins as relic, mercy, enchantment. I am the storm. It calls me home. The rain knows this, clinging as flesh to bone. Time stops for me in the rush of traffic. The flood swept my feet. Soaked, I find solace. Many a mile away, the umbrella keeps me level-headed. I hear mania calling, but not for me. I'm still in remission. It hovers over me, a false prophet a constant, relenting threat. I'm not done with you yet. I braved the apocalypse, an out-of-body experience. A hedonist, I live for today. When I come to, I slowly collect the pieces. Though the ache persists, I'm not alone in this storm. I have to move. I must change perspective. I've died many a times. Reality snaps me back into mortal being. The legend lives on, yet erased. Remission hovers over me with a false sense of security. Mercy says, you are held, whole or fragmented. Now I hold myself as an abandoned little babe, left for dead or stranded. Something's got to give. I give myself to this rhythmic gymnastics. For all I know, it's here to stay. Thank you.
I give myself to this rhythmic gymnastics. Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Markencia.
Oh, that was spectacular. Your phrasing, there's just on a pure technical level, both written and performing, just great and just really powerful words.
The
And
void
see,
holds me, yet I hold nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mackenzie, I found that just breathtaking. The sense of porosity, technically, what I think Michael Sindler was pointing this out, just the sort of jumping back and forth between the interior and the exterior, and both being ways you engage in a kind of self-examination that is so stark and very objective. About 5 or 6 lines into this poem, I was kind of reminded of Eddie Foreman's approach to his poems, where he kicks off these poems that are totally made up of like 3 and 4 word lines. And that ends up being these kind of direct statements that in poetry are one of the most powerful conveyors of expression. And I just really found this kind of a breathtaking poem by you.
Yeah, it's just purely on the technical level, the way you use the repetition and the metaphors, and yeah, I just think it's brilliant work.
I would have to agree, gentlemen. This is why I mentioned at the top of her poem, she has a very unique style that she owns. I love your cadence and how you deliver your work as matter of fact every single time. From the hospital poems to the poems about your therapist to the poems about, you know, the things that you're going through in your life when you're talking about your nephew. Like, there's just a very, very stark reality in how you put your work together. You said, I stand amongst the storm as a relic. I hear mania calling, but not for me. Like, total sidebar. Shout out mania. Shout out CG, man. A hedonist, I live for today. I'm not alone in the storm. Reality snaps me back into mortal being. Remission hovers over me. Like, I love that refrain, how you just kept bringing that back. Amazing work. Your storytelling ability is truly off the charts. Thank you, Mark Kensia, for continuing to do what you do and sharing it with us. We appreciate you. All right, last artist, and we will go to halftime. This gentleman, I mean, he's just so uniquely him, right? Whether he is telling us jokes, whether he is reading out of one of his manuscripts, or he has his incredible instrument and the synergy that they create, he he is just like an enigma walking because you never know what he's gonna do, but it's always incredibly enjoyable. The one and only Catman Bill in the building. Come on, Catman. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Elemental, I'd like to hire you as my press spokesman, and I'll pay whatever you're getting now. Anyway, so I'm going to do a little hybrid. I'm going to do a little dirty stand up, and I'm going to launch into a song. I think I can cover it in the moments I have. So a few weeks ago I mentioned driving past in my hometown of Hartford, Connecticut, what I thought was a sex toy store, and I saw nobody parked out in front, and I said, what's going on? People aren't buying little toys to make them life enjoyable? Is it because the rents are so high? Anyway, the curiosity got to me, so I pulled into the parking lot and I walked in, and it wasn't a sex toy store. It was an herb store. They were selling herb, papers, pipes. It didn't look like a legitimate place, but hey, what the heck? It's legal now, so go for it. But I'm still curious as to whether people are buying sex toys to, have a little enjoyability in this time of trouble. So, everybody's rubbing themselves, everybody's rubbing against each other in very bad, bad ways. I have to at least do something for myself. And to that, when I buy toilet paper, I don't buy price. I buy the quality stuff, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's plush, and it's very soft on the behind, and it makes me feel good every day. And it costs a little more money, but I don't care. So now, with that in mind, I'm going to. I've got a couple minutes to sing a song called "Clean Water." Minnetonka and Sioux. Clean water flowing through their land. Clean water flowing through their land. The pipeline was planned for Bismarck. The dispute there began. Clean water flowing through their land. Dakota access first plan the pipeline crossing the Missouri near Bismarck town. The town said no, don't put it there, dig it further down. Better to put the pipeline near the Sioux. Clean waters flow for me and flows for you. They had stopped the pipeline near Cannonball, North Dakota. Water warriors from many tribal bands. Then friends across the world had joined Lakota. Keep clean waters flowing through. Well, line was planned for Bismarck. The dispute there began. Keep clean waters flowing throughout their land.
Yo, yo, gosh. Please unmute yourself. Give it up for Cat Man. Boo!
So did you get paid for that toilet paper thing?
Sorry about that. I make a good song.
We do commercials.
The music was beautiful, but I do also have some advice for your stand-up is, people use the internet now. It comes in, in unmarked boxes, so you could get whatever you want on the internet, just FYI. I mean, if you're looking for some sex toys, I don't know. No? Okay. But the music is beautiful. You're really, really a great guitar player. I love your music.
Hey, Bill, nice guitar work. Really nice.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really into the sort of overall rhythm progression. It was that kind of contemplative and soulful vibe you got going. And, what you do is it's just proof that, you can have all these different regimes come and go from every 4 years or 2 years, but these kinds of creative traditions endure and they don't get erased. And, this is what so many people here have been bringing up today, this thing about Ocean Yoyen and so forth about freedom of speech. It endures, and you are definitely a practitioner of its endurance.
Appreciate your words. Thank you.
Like, what I love about all the musicians in our community, and I was just thinking this as I was listening to you play, Cat Man, it's almost like just tuning the radio to different stations. And everyone just has a level of professionalism that you can just sink your teeth into. Every musician in this community is just phenomenal at what you do. Cat Man, you are definitely in that number. Your playing is flawless, sir. And you and your instrument have a synergy to where neither one of you wants to get in the way or step on each other. So it just comes out amazingly smooth. Thank you, Cat Man, for what you do. And your jokes, that was just the shit. Like, really. I totally dig it, sir. Totally dig it. All right. Yo, it's been an amazing first half, folks. We are going to step away and get into halftime. Let me shout out our resident descendant of the Starship Enterprise, the one and only Garland Thompson in the building. Truly appreciate all your energy. Wendell's in the building too. Anyone who is watching on YouTube, appreciate all your energy. Really. So, folks, this is about a 5-minute intermission. Take your time, refresh your drinks, do the things that you need to do, and we will be back shortly, folks. Stay tuned. Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the online open mic with the greatest community in the world. Week after week, you keep this flame of artistry burning with a light that transcends time, distance, and borders. Now, welcome to the Halftime Report. I am your correspondent. My name is Elemen2al, bringing you the latest news and upcoming events proudly presented by the legendary New Eureka Poets Cafe. Stay tuned. Stay inspired. As always, keep creating. The New Eurekan Bowery Slam, happening every Monday at the Bowery Poetry Club in New York City, hosted by Luna Rosa and Jay Rose. There are only 3 New Eurekan Bowery Slams left to help you reach the Grand Slam stage. Winner receives a $20 cash prize plus a chance to compete in the final Friday Slam, occurring on the last Friday of the month. This month will be virtual on Zoom, hosted by Matthew Marroquin and Paul Conqueso. Winner receives a $100 cash prize plus a nomination to get in our annual Grand Slam. Final Friday winners get a feature at a New Eurekan open mic and nominate themselves for our $1,000 Grand Slam. For more details on the Slam season, including rules, winners, and current year scoreboard, go to neweurekan.org/slam. Our open mics at the Lower East Side Center are back and better than ever. The venue records high quality audio and video of all performances, and they are live streamed to the Lower East Siders and New Eurekan YouTube channel. The first Wednesday of the month, we have Women's Orator Wednesday, aka WOW, hosted by somebody's mama. Make sure you come through. It's gonna be amazing. The remaining Wednesdays of the month, we have the New Eurekan Open Mic, hosted by Brian Acosta Aria, aka Brian the Motel Guy. Make sure you plug in. It is going to be something special. Our online programs, which are absolutely free, include the online open mic, hosted by yours truly, weekly on Thursdays via Zoom and live stream on YouTube. All styles are welcome. Every artist has 4 minutes to rock with new themes every week. The Slam Workshop, happening on the second Tuesday of every month via Zoom, hosted by the National Youth Poet Laureate Stephanie Pacheco. When you sharpen your craft, you sharpen your performance. Make sure you plug in. There are many other in-person and online events coming up. For info and tickets of all the programming, you can go to neweurekan.org/calendar. Our social media and website and other links, including how to sign up for the mailing list, you go to our Linktree/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Visit our YouTube channel to catch past live streams of online and Lower East Side Center open mics, beatniks, and special events at Battery Park City, Poetry House, and NJ Pack. The New Eurekan Poets Cafe is a non-profit 501c3 organization based in New York City on the Lower East Side. Ticket sales and grants don't cover all of our programs and operations expenses. So here are ways that you can help support us in our mission to continue with moving poetry forward. Our merchandise, shirts, hats, and tote bags available for purchase at our New Yo table and in-person events, or go to neweurekan.org/merch. Spring and summer collection coming soon. Also, check out and subscribe to our Patreon site. Gain access to video recordings of in-person events not available online for the public. Go to patreon.com/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Special thanks to our tech team, our programs and operations team, all of our hosts, our executive director, and all our sponsors for helping us to continue to move our artwork forward. We appreciate you for all your continued support, helping us to keep the spirit of artistry and inspiration of poetry alive and moving forward through the spirit of our founder. Brought to you by Elemen2al Vision Works, inspiring change through passionate poetry and creative production.
Your energy and passion truly make this community something special. Thank you for all your artistry and your genius. Truly can't thank you enough.
We appreciate you. Now, back to the show. Peace. Yeah, good people. Oh, yeah. Back in the building. Great to see all of you are still rocking with us. So we're going to start the second half with this incredible gentleman. This dude, he continues to work harder than lots of folks that I know. I'm telling you, in the past year, he's probably published like 6 books. And I'm sure he's got like a good 24 more in him, if not more. Author of Defending the Rainbow, as well as The Bald Raven. I like to call this gentleman the Vincent Price of poetry because he just works, man. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Come on, Ike. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, sir. Please, take it away.
Gaps and spaces. It's all about nothing. Yet it's about wording and abstract painting where gaps become dominant spaces. Finding colors. I tend to forget so easily. The canvas innocence. There's a space and there's a gap. And I mean that emptiness of the in-between. Speechless, unbreakable, a puff of air, breathtakings we rarely share. There's the cleavage where the mind stands still, yet everybody in between pays a bill. Nothing to say when stones change direction, hitting you. A moment to pray between that repeating repeat, an existence only the invisibility of time. Bluegrass dance, space between words agree, otherwise let the gap breathe. Only a common burp, a word as a blip in uncontrolled space does create nothing but poetic waste. Neither script, italic, nor bold. Sometimes something remains just untold, but there is a space between words. There's a gap between you and me. There's a gap between teeth. There's space between locks and keys and oversized buttocks. When faces want to visit me, meeting open such disparity that a gap is evident between you and me. It's there where everybody does obey, but contains a nothing to see. Celestial distance, countless in digits, points in the unimaginable direction, forever lost in time, at least for me. Yellow happiness. Is it the tick that spaces every talk? A calculated something, emptiness contained in an encrypted gap. Inside my ever so reminding clock, we frame words in pompous baroque. We make points surrounded by gaps as we are afraid to block our vision into the abyss, leaving blank decisions in the hands of future orbits. Regeneration in space, that's it. Green orb. I put thoughts into gaps and spaces. Is there spaces between gaps? Now, how large is the gap between space? Help me to understand. Is there a gap in space? Is there space between space? Is there gap between gaps? Already time will find out about that unknown gap of all gaps. Inside an atom split in a single zap. Or is it that limited space and time no hole in a gap can define, and there spaps and gazes with a trace of human faces as we alone, unless the gap is our magic, a trace of space in the universe. Precious gold, my limited horizon keeps history repeating. Have I gone mad? Whichever language I want to please, I find space in binary technology, a code that has no gap, yet operates a lot in a universe of unlimited space. That creation of artificial intelligence, a slap in my sarcastic face. Yes, we have a gender gap we face. We even fear to provide space for our multi-race. We have a race card we play on who of us really holds the ace in our creative human space. Blooded red. Yes, between words there is a space, or is it a gap? Or is it something more exciting, like a cleavage, like these Kardashian buttocks? What would like it to be? It depends what your mind wants to see. And meanwhile, I park my car in a legal space, a gap limited by time and regulations, so annoying to me. So if you please, don't waste my allocated gap in space. And in the race of imagination is a cleavage of that heats both sides of the gender gap. Or did I infringe in that proverbial Me Too space? Dark waking, and now you can face my imaginary abstract. It's our second amend that hangs on rusty nails, answers hiding inside gaps and space, and you can't even sleep next to it. Look at your ever so lifeless bedroom wall. Our beds are covered with gaps and spaces, and the second amendment fucks us all.
Damn, that's how you slam on the brakes, sir. Unmute yourself, give it up to Ike. Whoa.
Bravo, Ike. Bravo.
That's a second FU ending that we've had tonight. So
Nice.
For sure.
yeah,
Perfect.
it was perfect.
Wow.
So I really like the philosophizing going on in this poem. It's the French philosopher about space, Henri Lefebvre, said our first mistake about space was conceiving it as something that needed to be filled. So what our mission is now is try to think of other uses for space that are more creative. And I think you just did that. But you were talking about space that needed to be filled or space as a gap and how those lead to a lot of creativity, because if there, I really liked when you said there's a gap between you and me or us, and that's the situation that provokes us to make that third thing, the relation between us. So I was just really getting off on all the philosophy in that piece. Like, thanks.
Man,
And are there gaps within gaps?
Don't get me started.
I appreciate that so much. When I think about music, I think of silence is such a necessary component. And a lot of people don't kind of realize that, but this poem put me in the mind of that.
For sure. If you've ever written music, I mean, music theory wise, pretty much every composer puts in a rest. For whatever instrument that you're playing, they put in a rest. And as you were saying, Joski, it is that silence. As you're saying, Ike, it is the gap between gaps, right? That just make it amazing. Coming back at you.
I meant to say my next book, which is just been printed, it comes out this week, Exultate Jubilate, Kechel 165, only talks about music.
What did I tell y'all?
360 pages about music.
Listen, what did I tell y'all? He's probably the hardest working cat when it comes to listen. And then he has such a unique way of publishing his work. Like I keep telling y'all, this dude's incredible. I still haven't figured out how to get the black pages, but he does it. Just saying. Just saying. And if history is any indication of the future, as soon as I get my hands on it, folks, you will see it. Thank you, Ike. Thank you, Ike. Amazing as always, sir. And again, I love the slam on the brakes at the end. Fantastic. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this cat found his way to us and decided, like, yo, I think I'm gonna hang around for a little bit, spit some things, come through with some work, and trust me, he's definitely got that work. The one and only Brian and Cecil in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you again. Please take it away.
Thank you. I'm going to do two pieces, one in Spanish and the other one kind of ties into the theme. So, all right. Mi sangre es blanca y roja, el mejor color. No entiendo por qué debo estar en mal humor. Despertándome en la cama de mi abuela, no lo veo, pero escucho el recolector afuera. Se aleja y escucha voces en el comedor, salto de la cama y miro afuera la ventana. Montañas en una dirección, la ciudad en el otro. los noticias del radio y veo los taxis de moto. El cielo parece como va a venir la lluvia, pero Inti siempre va a enseñar su cara cada día. Yo corro abajo con la pijama que me prestaron. Sur Perú siempre jugando en el televisión, con pan fresco, jamón y queso y limonada, desayuno con gusto con los perritos a me piden. And it's not done, but that's all I got. But all right, let me move on to the next one. All right. Hold- Did I decide correctly when I left the motherland? Will I keep my promise and maybe see my folks again? Can I last long enough until I get the documents? Played in hide and seek for a decade with the government. And if I switch up my looks and hide my ethnicity, will I be safe here as long as I stay in proximity? And if I wave the flag and sing the national anthem, you think they might ever consider me to be one of them? Or will they get upset I'm taking work that they don't want, whether it be at farms, construction sites, or restaurants? And what'll happen if La Migra catches up to me, run my records, and possibly go for my whole family? And how about money? Is it too much for minimum wage, or just enough for me to get by for another day? Profiting off my labor just to get half the paper, while they still got the nerve to be asking for extra favors. You don't know my origins, but you say I'm Mexican. Why not Peruvian, Venezuelan, or Costa Rican, or maybe El Salvadorian, Argentinian, Panamanian, Ecuadorian, or Nicaraguan, Chilean, and Bolivian? Should I say it again? You think Uncle Sam gives a damn because we lent a hand? Jump to conclusions when you don't even know who I am? We can be anything, but never American. I made new friends, but a few got that weird look in their eye, and I can't help but freak out that their hearts will turn to ice, cause they can't seem to tell the difference like we all the same. Must be tripping if you're thinking we ain't gonna stake a claim. But fuck it, what have I got to lose? My citizenship? What citizenship? Even citizens are taking this shit. That's why the flags are on our back so we could recognize the pride in our differences shows up in all of our eyes. But apparently being loud and proud's a felony. So excuse me as this felon repeats the penalty. All the while, the whole debate has gotten more confusing. They deporting adults but still locking up children. Sex offenders, on the other hand, are still running free. A short time for the crime almost got the cops beat. Why would you think that liberty was ever part of the plan? The dream is an export. That shit was never American. You don't know my origins, but you say I'm Mexican. Why not Uruguayan, Guatemalan, or even Cuban? Might be Paraguayan or maybe Honduran. Can you distinguish Colombians from Dominicans? You still remember that Puerto Ricans are citizens? You think Uncle Sam gives a damn because we lent a hand? Jump to conclusions when you don't even know who I am? We can be anything, but never American.
You better talk that shit, man, for real. You better talk that shit. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Brian and Cecil.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Outstanding. Outstanding, brother, man. Outstanding. 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 Black
Got to get
chance.
in the studio with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was absolute truth. Every word. It
Yeah,
was-
you really need to go in the studio with that. To get to the studio quick.
Well, I have another suggestion. That just needs to be played out of a bullhorn at every ice appearance there is, really.
He's
'Cause
ready
you
to open
just-
for Bad Bunny.
Yeah, you clobbered it. You just clobbered it, you know?
Maybe
And I
They
really,
open up
I,
for Bad Bunny with that.
I want to hear the ending of the first poem. You really got me
No,
going
yeah,
there with the
I
whole
was-
scene of waking up and all this stuff going on. I really want to know where you're taking that.
Yeah, it was just an amalgamation of my childhood memories when I would visit my grandparents in Peru and just trying to describe the overall vibe of it.
Yeah, it had so much flavor.
Mm. Thank you.
Your
Thank you so
delivery
much.
was off the chain. Your delivery was off the chain. Perfect.
Listen, man. You see, man. You done came through and just created a whole buzz in the community, man. Like, so much work. So much work. Right? He said in his first poem, he said, "My blood is white and red." He talked about them ugly taxis. He talked about that ham and cheese. Like, there's so many things that are just iconic, right? When you start talking about who you are and where you're from. That second piece though, man, like your colleagues are telling you, yeah, you need to get that in the studio, man. You need to make sure you put that down. Because I think multiple generations can relate to something like that, right? It wasn't offensive. It wasn't vulgar, but it's just real life that people are dealing with, right? He said, La Migra, if La Migra catches up with me, like, come on, man. Been playing hide and seek for a decade with the government. Come on, man. Come on, man. Profiting from my labor just to get half my paper? Yo, you put in work. Really. What citizenship? Even citizens are dealing with this shit. Yo, that's work, really. And I think more and more people need to hear that work, man. Thank you for being fearless enough to rip that and bringing it to us and ripping it here, man. Amazing work. Appreciate you, truly. That shit was dope. That was dope, man, for real. All right, coming up next, this artist, she's like, she is just the type of strength that I think we can all benefit from, right? Whether she is working out physically, showing off the guns, or she is flexing her brains with the guns that are her pen and paper. She's just pretty damn incredible. Love when she goes all the way in, as she usually does. We're about to find out. The one and only Bonnie Soloway in the building. Come on, Bonnie, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thank you so much. I'm going in a completely different direction tonight, believe it or not. I write from a corner park almost every day, and I never know what's going to come out of my brain. So these are a couple of poems from a couple months ago, but they're sort of short. But I wanted to say also, this week I went to my regular car wash on Tuesday, and it was all closed up. And I went home and Googled it, and sure enough, ICE was all over LA in car washes with people doing jobs that, no offense to white men, but no white man's going to do. And it's really just so sad. And they're grabbing customers and employees. So I don't know. It just really ruined I don't know. It was just a terrible day. But anyway, didn't want to start that way. But this is called The Wood Chipper. The park is just too noisy when you're late for a morning rite. The sun's too high, too hot, her wattage far too bright. The traffic flows incessant, a constant stream of cars and trucks. People within earshot on phone calls that disrupt. Tree trimmers feeding limbs into those nasty wood chipper machines. Now all my brain can think of is that cult classic music Fargo's ending scenes. The one where actress Frances McDormand plays Marge Gunderson, a very pregnant cop, who single-handedly corners a killer working a wood chipper machine nonstop. Inching closer, pistol aimed, the camera closes in. To our shocking disbelief, he's shoving in a human limb. I still see his cold-ass eyes as he ran uphill to escape. And damn if Marge didn't bring him down with one shot to the leg. Cuffed and in the car, Marge listed the 4 victims he wood chipped up. And for what, she asked, a little bit of money? There's more to life than that stuff. Backup sirens getting louder, her prisoners still had nothing to say. Officer Marge leaned back asserting, and here you are on this beautiful day. Noise pollution's a major drag. I've no one to blame but me. When you laze around the morning, you end up wasting what could be. That said, my mind and I enjoyed our brief trip back in time, remembering a fearless small-town Midwest cop take down a wannabe mastermind. The movie scene was over. I packed up and started home. I could swear I heard Marge whisper, "Cut yourself some slack. Some days your brain needs time to roam." This one is called The Visitor. It's a little more personal than I usually write. Gloomy, cloudy, damp and gray, a juggler tosses balls. The park is empty of crows and squirrels. Old memories befall. My husband used to juggle balls and clubs and rings. I'd watch in rapt amazement, jogged memories, sticky cling. Soon some other company joins the juggler and me, his organized possessions spread under his favorite tree. He talks with an incessantness to voices in his ear. An occasional high-pitched yelp escapes, invisible friends to commandeer. My husband treated mental illnesses, with all its ancillary strife. Patients wrote upon his death how he helped to save their lives. One who was an artist sent me a painting he had made, just the two of them together, memories never meant to fade. He told me how my husband would give him extra time. They talked like two old friends about art, books, and wine. I stay there on my bench, wrapped up tight in my own thoughts. The talker is gone to sleep. The juggler tosses balls. We never know grief's schedule. It appears most any day. It's oddly disconcerting how indiscreetly grief pervades. Got through it.
Wow. Wow, y'all. Y'all heard that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bonnie Soloway.
Bonnie,
Hey, Bonnie.
beautiful.
Right on, Bonnie.
Thank you.
That last line was beautiful. The toddler has gone to sleep. The juggler, throws the balls.
Right.
That was a beautiful line. It's a beautiful image. It's incredibly beautiful. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
We never know grief's schedule.
Right. Right.
And thanks for that insight into your process, that you have this kind of meditative space that's actually more than a safe space. It's a place that nurtures you, and everybody needs those places.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Paul. I never know what is going to come out. And both of these were just instances of that where the environment just wrote the poem. So anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I mean, I think the first thing that comes to my mind is sending you healing energy for the loss of your husband. I don't know when that happened, but it's amazing how someone who was helping people found a way to help him and then found a way to help you. There's something very real about that relationship. It's just a beautiful one, right? Long after those sessions are over, their impact still keeps them going. Amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Bonnie. Really, thank you. Wow. Never know grief schedule. Like, yo. And like she said, sometimes your brain needs time to roam. Find yourself getting lost sometimes, and you'd be surprised what you find. Thank you, Bonnie. Really, your fearlessness is really incredible. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman is just all kinds of incredible. Author, playwright, pushcart nominee, contributor to Love Letters to Gaia, author of Four Crescents, Black Calculus, Evaporating Rage. He recently had a feature with the Y Collective. He's just amazing, man. He is just one of those dudes that you just love to see him come in and you hate to see him leave because he just has so much to give as an artist, as a poet. Always look forward to hearing him. The one and only Mathematics in the building. Come on, Math. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Wow. I am so glad that I got in the second half because I'm in transit from one situation to another. And I'm coming to you right now from the emergency department over here. But it's because they said come on down instead of deal with your stuff. So I'm here and I wanted to share what it is that I had ready for tonight. So here we go. One verse. Being present for the meeting of universes in the universe beneath the marrow. awake to it all. Poets get to write poetry because of that vitality. Being able to inspire change in some dimension, in some anybody, is the work. Enlighten gray matter, transmute dark energy, translate stardust, envision the unseeable, bind the unimaginable to words, plant seeds in concrete on purpose, intending cement to decompose and armored hearts to soften. Poetry guides roots grow deep enough to anchor free dreams beyond here, beyond now. Next piece. More than words from beyond ether. I am humbled. Words trust me to compose intentional ecosystems, integrate images, actions, and feelings like an alchemist, changing something mutant and palpable to the nature of love. The pen will never be the same. Paper will want to learn to read itself. Blanks will look to fill themselves with words and your voice. The poet will witness their own transformation. Peace.
Your dedication is off the charts, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for mathematics.
And praying whatever you go through, speedy recovery.
Yes.
Healing vibes your way, Norm. Healing
Sending
vibes
in
your way.
vibes all the way.
Sending
Paper
you
will
love,
learn
brother.
to read itself. Like, come on, bro.
Sure.
Planting
Paper
Okay,
will
so
learn to read itself. Like, come on.
so the real question, mathematics is, where did you get the who's your stylist, folk? Like you're rocking the yellow with the red with the hat, like you're looking like a super poet right now. Like you're looking like you were born to do poetry right now. Sorry, you look like you were born to do poetry with the yellow and the stripes. Like I can see you with the tan elbow patches, just reading poetry on the side of the street, educating people. Like you're dope, folk. We need you around. We need you around.
For sure.
CP Maze on that other type of love. Hold on, I gotta let me turn this up. Hold on.
For sure, y'all.
Thanks for making it here, Norm. You sustain everybody here with your words, the generosity and the sheer endless fountain of your curative voice is so essential here. And these two poems you read were just super astounding. Thank you so much.
And the depth of your thought, just tying everything together from micro to macro.
Yeah, words trust me to create intentional ecosystems. I wish I had that relationship with words. Can you introduce me to those words, Norm?
Where was I when that happened? Like, damn it, why wasn't I present for that line? Gosh.
Planting seeds in concrete.
On purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose, right?
To just come up.
Listen, to do that from an emergency room, that level of dedication, sir, is to be commended. Seriously, to be commended, sir. Seriously. Sending you healing energy. And I hope they give you the presidential treatment now that they know that you're one of the dopest poets in the world. Just saying. And we were talking about, the OGs of this community, folks who have been around from the beginning. That's another one. Appreciate you, Math, for what you do. All right, folks, we are running up on time. All right. If we may not get to the good luck round this evening, right? We got to make sure the venue and the team has time to do what they do. So we will get through as many as we can. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman has his own beautiful, unique style of artistry. His slice of life work is just, it's refreshing, y'all. For real. Last week he came with some Subway stories. He still got the Subway background jumping off. We will see what's in store for us this evening. The one and only Jeff Robles in the building. Come on, Jeff. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You can hear? Okay, yeah, I'm just on Facebook. So I'd like to continue reading from a collection of Subway poems called On the Train. Okay. Beside steel beam coconut trees that support the fruitless sky, my dull mind drifts behind sleepy eyes, floats in the humid air of rainy afternoon. Soot of the subway is slowly, insidiously absorbed through my spongy skin. Soon I'll resemble the gray coat that stains these cement island shores. I kicked an empty cigarette pack onto the tracks and watched as it got carried away like a raft on the current. It seemed it would be swept down the entire length of track, out into the tunnel and beyond. Ridiculous. I was transfixed. I almost cheered. But then I saw just ahead a dam had formed made up of ice cream sticks, candy wrappers, and newspapers. If I had shouted out a warning, it wouldn't do any good. No, none of my experience maneuvering through traps would be of any use to the empty cigarette pack. Spare any change? He asks through wet wine lips. I give him some and he says, thanks. I hear the train coming down the track. The air grows heavy and blows hard, full of metal. He clutches his change in one hand and holds down his ball cap with the other. I notice his cap has no team represented. He's just another down and out free agent. Two lovers holding hands, falling asleep, hanging on to love as it's fading, their hands slowly coming apart and dropping into their separate laps. All of us shuffled like cards in a deck on the train. The red-haired boy beside the green turtleneck woman, the man with his hair strewn like hay on his forehead, the woman standing with her arm looped around a pole like some new companion, the man reading everything in sight, including the make of my pen, the woman asleep, the purple flowers of her blouse heaving and floating on a current of sighs, the old man with his beard in the Times, his head held high as he squints through bifocals. He turns the page and spreads his arms wide, and the newspaper is transformed into a huge black and white television set he's sitting much too close to. He spots an article of interest, and his beard, like an antenna, set just right, goes perfectly still. From time to time, he fine-tunes the reception by scratching the tip of his nose with his thumb. She undresses him under his hat, scrutinizes the part in his hair, her foot tapping to the beat of some secret song, her metronome eyes reflecting the rhythm of the steel beams passing outside the windows of the speeding train, a stick of gum fueling her jaw. The escalators, the terror of the 53rd Street and Lexington Avenue escalators, where I see hope wilting in the radiation of fluorescent lights, where we ride conveyor belts through mad subterranean electron microscopes, where it's clear to see we're lost in our heads, our hats, our lipstick, lost in our conversations and our destinations, holding hands or handheld devices while pretending to be invisible as we ride to meet eternity or descend into oblivion. Thank you.
Yo, I know some of y'all may not get all of that, but damn, he's so on point with it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Jeff Robles.
Oh, that level of storytelling. You know, like straight out the gate. When you say the fruitless sky, like my head just like went crazy because I was imagining what a fruitless sky must look like. You know, like your level of storytelling is beyond captivating. That was beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, it really blew up on the 53rd Street escalators. That really sent it off. Beautiful.
Man, I was riding that cigarette pack.
It was
That
crazy. It just kicked it, and they got this water running down the middle of the track, and it starts riding down all the way down there. I don't know. It got swept away with it.
was wonderful. We are
And these are the
lost.
steel beams right here behind me. Steel beams
Yes.
supporting the fruitless sky.
Yes. That's what got me was um the steel beam coconut trees. Right? Like just again, you got to be there to smell it, to feel that energy in the subway. It all makes sense. It really does. Thank you, Jeff. Like you're incredible with it, for real. He asked through wet wine lips, like just another down and out free agent. Like work, sir. Continue to put it in. We look forward to it. For real. Just work, sir. Thank you for that. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, Auntie April in the building. She comes through with that work, y'all. For real. Another artist with a very unique style, a very storytelling ability that's off the chart. Trust me, you'll find out why. Doing it only April Gonzalez in the building. Come on, Auntie. Let these folks know what it is. Great to see you. Please take it away.
All right, this first piece is called Second Coming. A fallen angel lands in New York City. Injured and starving, he begs, but none take pity. His wings clipped and torn. He's old, decrepit, his clothes worn. Slowly shuffles, leaving lingering scent of death. Repulsed, passers-by gag and hold their breath. He offers to do anything for just a piece of bread. Because of his appearance, people roll their eyes instead. He speaks broken English. With a slight accent, they sneer. Where's your papers? Go back to your country. Get out of here. Confused why they do this to somebody. I have returned, yet you forsake me? Is this not a place that preaches Christianity? Have you just ignored all my teachings of what to do unto others, what you would have them do unto you? Or blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven too? Cannot pull oneself up by bootstraps when he doesn't own shoes. The people he was sacrificed for remain unchanged, especially those who claim their religion in his name. I tell all of you with certainty, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. The city's neon lights flicker like false halos as they no sooner march into the gallows. Yet again, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. But shouldn't they? Has history not shown them what's true? This one is called Beautiful Dissociation. As the crack of dawn stretches quiet and far, she inhales the morning mist atop her Honda CBR. One down, five up, like a sonata of a lone wolf, howling at the moon, running wild through the woods. What the hell? She grins and takes flight. Traffic floods the streets. She's void of fright. All lights turn green. She's set to go. She cuts through lanes like a seasoned pro. Zig and zag through cars with ease, leaning low, the ground she'll tease. Void of chicken strips, her tires grip, whipping steel on streets she was born to rip. Faster, faster, she feels the lift. A man darts out, no time to downshift. They collide. Thank God she dressed for the slide. Her bike flips once, nowhere to hide. She shields her face and tries to stand, but darkness pulls her by the hand. Now in a cellar bedroom that she rents, she sleeps while 8 months pregnant. Belly out cold and sore, she dreams of Writing once more. At 4 a.m., the door swings wide. He stumbles in, his pride defied. She turns away to find her peace, but he won't stop. He wants release. She wants him. She warns him softly, please not now. He sneers and takes her anyhow. The bike awakes. An ambulance screams. Pain and sirens permeate her dreams. They sedate her. No, she pleads. She's back again between his knees. They roll onto the remote. TV glows, exposing truths that no one knows. A hickey blooms that isn't hers. She kicks and swings. Her vision blurs. At hospital, she's wheeled beneath the blinding light. Relax, they say, you'll be all right. She begs, don't let me wake again. But the drugs drag her deeper in. In her bedroom, a tear falls from her face. She attempts to flee, but he gives chase. He makes it halfway up the stairs. She makes it halfway up the stairs. He grabs her leg. Her belly tears, dragging her down each tread, her every inch sown with dread. In the recovery room, hands in cast, she whispers, how long will this last? They say she's free. She shakes her head. Let me stay asleep instead. Afraid to return to reality, she pleads silently. I'd rather have died on that motorcycle than awake to my husband, the psycho. So please just let me dream, not respawn in life's endless scream. And
Damn. Look, we got you. We got you. We feel the tears also. Unmute yourself. Give it up for April Gonzalez.
Good job. Good job.
It's so
You know,
great you've been coming
yeah.
here because you give such a solid New York City anchor to this space. And I think I can rightly say, especially with that second poem, Miguel Algarín would be thinking to himself, yep, I did something right by making this space.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Hell yeah. You're doing that poetry and shit. That was, man. For me, not being in New York, just being all the way in the Midwest, your breath is always a breath of fresh air. It's always, maybe just being a woman, but just being a woman with that intelligent, slice of realness, is the breath of fresh air in that slice right there.
Yeah.
Say it, Craig.
And beautiful dissociation is actually a very great title for a chapbook or a whole poetry book. I'm telling you, take that one and make it a title, because that's crazy. That's like beautiful dissociation. That like is insane.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
powerful, man. It's always like just so centrally powerful.
Sure.
Thank you for sharing that.
I always talk about we have a great time writing to these themes and writing to these prompts, but then there are poems that we need to write. And that's one of those poems that needed to be written. Probably one of the most difficult, but needed to be written. Thank you for trusting us with that work. Again, we feel the tears. We got you. This community is 100% real. It's just an amazing piece of work. Thank you for being fearless enough to write it. In the angel poem, that was just money. Money. And then I love the fact, for folks, thank God she was dressed for the slide, right? Just a lot of things. Just amazing work, April. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Amazing. All right. Yo, we are really, really running up on time, y'all. For real. We're going to try to get through these last four. I don't think we're going to get to the good luck round this evening because we just have run out of time. So let's keep it going. Coming up next, this artist came through last week with a beautiful question that she asked people, and she gave us a poem, right? She said that she was asking people, what does it mean to be human? and she gave us an incredible poem to go along with that question. I have no idea what she's gonna do for an encore, but I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. The one and only Manya is back in the building. It's great to see you. Please let these folks know where they can find you. Please take it away.
Yep, I put my Instagram in the chat. It's just the Dabbler's Diaries. I didn't write it to the theme, so it's a little bit different. Hopefully, it's not too much of a downer. It's a bit personal, so give me some grace. Okay. 3 months ago, I bled a crimson red. Then I bled a sickly light blue. It poured out, cleaning the walls, clothes, and skin. The oxygen extinguished inside until none remained, the distant monitors silently avoiding my attention. But my eyes felt heavier than usual, each blink breaking a safety seal at the perforated line. There was a darkness in the corner. Its cold bathed me until I was slick. The eye of the storm passing until the tendrils wrapped my stomach. It felt perfect, but too perfect. The strong, independent woman who didn't need anyone, suddenly stuck to someone at the soul 24/7. My privacy stripped every hour, regaining my attention, reduced to an unbreakable pencil. When will this all end? I did everything right, but wrong. I followed what everyone said, but went my own path. And I still ended up there, obviously. Everyone just lies, but tells the truth. Weeks later, the seal ripped clean off, and I tripped right back into life. Everything around me had moved on, but I was still 2 weeks behind. I have my pens. I have my privacy. It's enough. But when will it not be enough? I bleed red, but it still feels blue. It gathers, threatening to taint everything around me. But I carefully spill every drop and paint a red, but blue, smile on my face. Everywhere I look, I'm blind to the sickly light blue, stained on my loved ones' hands from when they helped me sit up in that grave I dug in my stupor. The grave disappeared, but its presence remains. It silences me, empty to the brim with that blue that haunts me, chewing with every breath to dirty myself and roll in it, to consume me whole like an unhinged snake. Every time I turn to it, my family's faces floods the frame, and it sobers me up every time. Right now, I can't find a reason, but their faces keep me here. There's no happy ending right now. There won't be for a while. But when that blue turns to red, I know I would have made it. Thank you.
Okay. We see you about that work, huh? Okay. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Manya.
I really liked, you're dealing with this situation where through which you transform yourself, you anchor yourself. That was really very poignant.
Like I love when poets take emotion, even when they're speaking about very deep things, they take the emotion right straight into the very center of the heart. That was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
I really love when artists decide to look directly into the void, knowing the void is looking right back into them. There is a level of strength in that I believe only poets really dig into. Right? I was cold. It's cold, bathed me till I was slick. I bleed red, but it still feels blue. Everyone just lies but tells the truth. Like, yo, you got work, really. Please don't be a stranger. Make sure you find yourself back here every Thursday. We need your voice. We need your divine femininity and your voice. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. Difficult, but worth it. Thank you. All right, 3 artists left. Let's try to get through this. Coming up next, one of my favorite poets in the world. Also a contributor to Love Letters to Gaia. This gentleman is a man of the people. He is a farmer. He is a guitar player, and he is not your Chihuahua. The one and only Mr. Teza Somok in the building. Come on, Mr. Tez. Let these folks know where they can find you. Another one of the OGs in the building for all who don't know. For real. Please, take it away. Great to see you.
All right, thank you all. This is a once in a lifetime. I get to go before CP May, so I don't get how wits are down along the path. So I'm going to go in with this piece. You can find me on Instagram under Gashes2019, also on Facebook, and you can pick up a copy of my book, I'm Not Your Chihuahua, on Amazon. Operation Prairie Thunder. Have you always wanted to self-deport? An infomercial for the American night. Epigraph, late night broadcast signal interruption, 2:39 a.m. Have you been visited by the ghost of future enforcement? No need to call now. The line is always watching. Act 1, Prairie Thunder. Now with extra symbolic collapse. Have you always wanted to self-deport but just didn't know how? Introducing Operation Prairie Thunder, a psychological, political makeover kit for your entire community with just 1 million of your neighbor's tax dollars and an ongoing subscription cost of 1.4 million per year. You can experience the full body pleasure of being watched, profiled, and lovingly indexed by state troopers deputized under 287G authority enhancement. Obligatory haiku. Helicopters rise, the wind forgets your mother's maiden name in dust. But wait, there's more. While violent crime in Sioux Falls hit a 5-year low, your elected officials acted swiftly to fund the dream of pure enforcement. Bread, canceled. Housing, denied. Troopers in flight suits, absolutely. It's not just a policy, it's an erotic restructuring of your entire symbolic reality. Call now and receive a free Big Other disintegration kit with every household raid. Act 2, Lacanian landscaping. Trim the border of your mind. Trump is the obscene master, but we say he's your new landlord. Evidence, evict the old norms, forget the dusty protections of the Bill of Rights. With Prairie Thunder, your community police become ISIS's best friends. No need for warrants or reasonable suspicion, just mass vibes, a hipster uniform, and a badge. Let them patrol your inner landscape and pave over your due process. Another obligatory haiku. Steel shadows linger under porch lights and patrol beams. The fruit tree weeps ash. This is the totalitarian desire you didn't know you needed. Because sometimes to feel free, you need to be watched. Sometimes to feel safe, you need to become the border. Act 3, Chicana Nights Ghost Protocol. In Ansaldua's borderland, La facultad sharpens when you live among shadows. Oh, Operation Prairie Thunder doesn't just enforce, it trains you to see through walls, to feel the low hum of helicopters before they arrive, to read the signs in your cousin's hands and the sudden silence of your abuela. It's not paranoia if the symbolic order already collapsed. It's not madness if your pueblo dreams in infrared. Another complimentary haiku. Border blooms inward, a river of absence flows when names used to live. From the dirt tracks of South Dakota to the psychic frontier of every Latino household. This isn't law enforcement, it's Rulfo's Pedro Paramo, but with funding. Your soul sold, your fear monetized, your silence broadcast live at 2 a.m. on channel 287G. Act 5, final offer. For a limited time only, receive 1 suspended constitution, a bonus rhetoric void, access to the pleasure of being surveilled, a commemorative I got profile, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
You need your own C-SPAN channel, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mr. Tezasomo.
Kill it, Tez. Man.
Oh yeah, you killed that.
Yeah, I missed hearing you, man. Like Oh, Tez goes deep. I miss
Sure.
that. I
That,
used to
that
move
was
with it.
like a one-act play with all
Yeah. Oh, he's smooth with it.
Sure.
With all the obligatory haikus.
Yeah.
Love them.
How wonderful.
Like
Thank
they
you
were the
all. Hope you
crunchy
enjoyed
bits.
that.
They were like the little crunchy bits as we're getting through it. It's just like, oh, it's an obligatory haiku.
Obligatory
that
haiku.
right? Like, you're amazing with that, sir. You just gave us an entire infomercial, like Bonnie was saying, an entire one-act play, and just had the nerve to call it Operation Prairie Thunder. Have you been visited by the ghost of future enforcement? Ah, ah. The fruit tree weeps ash. Your community police becomes ISIS best friends. A river of absence flows. Sir, like, really, I need you on a cable station. Like every day, 7:30 Eastern, or listen, you're a true master teacher. Really, a bard amongst poets. Truly. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We are witnessing a master at work. For real, I always like to say every time he rips, the IQ of the room rises. Thank you, Mr. Tess. All right, last two poets, y'all, and we're going to get out of here. Coming up next, we have heard his commentary throughout the evening because he is just that incredible. Plus, you know how incredible that you have to be to rock with a symphony? My goodness. I like to call this cat our resident Gilgamesh. We are about to take a trip into the Skiff verse. The Jedi Master's in the building. The one and only Paul Skiff is here. Come on, Jedi Master, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
You are melancholy fortitude of my absolute pinch, the cerebellum of my priapine aviary. You make hot toast jump from the rub. Perpendicular and horizontal convene flabbergasted's hive under your poke. Inconsequentiality huffs needless rectitude because of your incalcitrant loiter. So recondite ablution intended as prevarication is not lackadaisical bombast for you. The sycophancy of your attention span applies for bilious asylum in no regret. The albatross liquidating spunk from liability's vulnerable rectitude gobbles the languid theme song scandal fluffs. Humpty's Dumpty tickles gravity, spanks with thoughts, anticipation reminisces in glee, reassurance sabotaged, wielding a premature chortle. Adhered to reality like a leech, the liberatory aesthetic dusts tomorrow with presumption's fractious attestation provided by hubristic joie de vivre. Having nothing to say is less than this, when impecunious of ego need, ambitious lassitude alters aspiration for visibility into outer space laughter, snuck up your cervical vertebrae with a purpose no larger than spare time. Jumping across wetness's embarrassment upon circumstance, pond, stones, higgledy-piggledy reflects your crotch. Fugitive and thoughtless instinct that slaps anticipation with leaps. Where this gets us is out of order's demand for consequence and the payoff. So what graffiti's on pecking order? Feel the vacuum anarchy gifts to the fugitive non-scrutiny that liberates you from performing for admiration and the need to matter? Do not thank me for the freedom, people. You just liberated yourself with your own ears. Thank you.
You just liberated yourself with your own ears. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul. Scoot.
I have this opinion that I have this opinion every time that Paul appears on the screen that you should already know that it's going to be like some way beyond Jedi Master type shit. You know, like it's like, oh, he ready to show his face and show out type shit.
It's a Jedi mind trick every time.
It's like that. It's like that bow to the sensei moment, you know, like every time when they call up the stiffness of like,
listen,
hey sensei, you know, and I bow down and I'm like, you know, it's about to get real.
Yeah, absolutely. I know.
Yeah. What can you do when you run across a real master? It's over.
Whenever Paul speaks, I have to have my pen and paper because there's always a new word that I have never heard of. And I say, no, that's not going to be a word. And then you look it up and it's a word.
Strap yourself into
That's
the roller
part of the fun.
coaster.
That's part of the fun.
Thank you all. Yeah, I'm never more at home than when I'm here with all of you. So thank you.
Same here, Paul.
I mean, you're like, you know, you're one of the people who let us in the door. Like, without your essence and energy, sir, I don't even know if we would be here. Honestly, talking about OGs in this building, y'all. He's been here since day one. For real. You're just the enigma, not an enigma. You are the enigma. And yeah, I feel like Bonnie. Like, I'm writing these words and I'm just like, what? This incandescent loiter? Like what? It tickles gravity, the albatross liquidating spunk. Like, how do you put these words together? And who told you that was okay? Just say it. All right. Like I said, folks, unfortunately, we will not get to the good luck round this evening. And I apologize for that. But we just got to do better on time. So we are going to end the night with the Keeper of Concrete. It's my dude, man, for real. Contributor to the Sunday's Open House Anthology, published by One of the Last Poets. Also contributor to Incoming Fire, published by the one and only Outlaw. This cat's just incredible, man, for real. My slam master of the world, Keeper of Concrete. Like, he's just, you know, you're about to find out. The one and only CP Mays in the building. Come on, Mays, let these folks know what it do, folk. You know what it is. Take it away.
Already. Yeah, I can be found on Facebook and IG at CP Mays, one word. This poem, I'm about 2 stanzas away. Yeah, let's do this. No matter what's the matter, no life is a trick candle. I was born one, born to blow it all on the wind for the win. When she's as sexy as a simile, learning to love the very every of her very definition. My sexy simile, noun, she's falling deeper in love with the L-I-K-E of her sexy A-S, my simile. Me, I'm mostly Martian, all metaphor. My wrists are as fragile as the cross, hanging out confused as to why it has to hold up a focused, very, very focused Jesus Christ. Hey, you anxiety. I have a feeling I'm so scared and so pissed that the next time I don't see myself show up to the next show of self-esteem, you don't show the fuck out. I'ma slap the taste out of why not show your ass, Maze. What do you really want to do? Levitate, motherfucker, you are Don Julio and Diesel Dynamite and grease fire when you're on. Turn on, then get turned on, then turn off. For no one, I believe in you, stranger. How far are you willing to take this life? Right answer, as far as it could fucking go, stranger. You are, hallelujah, blow it all on the trick candle to the professor who pretty much told me I couldn't make it as a poet only after she heard my different rankings of 3rd and 4th in the world for performing spoken word poetry. You are pompous as fuck, Professor. And your very pretentiousness is propping up your poetry sentences have been fucking student loan and grant money sponsored, damn it, while most of us street poet stanzas are sponsored by young Matthews, who died bouncing on bottom bunk of bunk bed, wearing his favorite Superman costume cape, caught at bottom of top bunk spring, tangled, strangled the neck of Matthew. Some of our diction are sponsored by Matthew living and dying as a real goddamn Superman. Some poets crafts are sponsored by elderly 70-something-year-olds sliding a slip of paper to a teller saying, "This is a stick up. All I want is a single $1. He has terminal cancer and can't afford the insurance, but hey, at least locked up in prison, you'll receive free health care." To you ones, when you say spoken word or performance poetry, you're so pompous, it sounds like you're saying the word nigga. Stop that. Stop that. Stop looking at spoken word artists as if they're 3/5 of a poet, please. Just stop that. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah.
As if they're 3/5 of a poet? You're ridiculous, dude. For real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CP.
Unmute this motherfucker.
That's
Unmute
CP.
this motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, CP.
Yeah. Hey, I got his poet from Beaumont, Texas on the line right now.
Oh, shit.
And she gonna say something real quick. Here we go. Say it.
Man, ridiculous five, bro. Real talk.
I appreciate that so much.
Just dope. The dopeness. I love every word, man.
Word. You gotta stop through here. You gotta come through here sometime. It's on Thursdays. We'll talk about it though. Yeah,
you gotta come here.
And I'm saying it right now. I'm planning the Texas trip in February. She already told me she got me when I'm down there, and I'm gonna set that shit up. The I-94 to I-10 tour I'm gonna be there in February.
Nice.
You know, Maze, the thing is, when you say that's where I am right now, that's where you took everybody in this room with you. For damn sure. I liked when you mentioned street poets, before there was slam, people who did this kind of poetry were called street poets. And they were called that mostly by people who were literary poets as a kind of grudging compliment.
They were jealous.
Remember, we had this conversation, CP, about like literary poets basically thinking that poetry exists in one form and not knowing that, you see, because there's a difference between doing poetry and being poet free, and I feel that spoken word
Oh, that's
artists
great.
are poet free, and so because there are different genres of poetry all over the world, but then they stuck it to what they wanted to do. It's like a colonizing thing, like, oh, you got to do it this way, the metaphors have to reach this way, the structure has to reach this way.
I completely agree. I feel like it's colonizing the craft, because most of the pompous poets, they're coming from an educational institute that
There
in my
we
dad's
go.
lifetime, they had to force segregation to even make the game feel even close to playable. So all of your
and they haven't
degrees,
lived the life.
yeah, it was a
They haven't
closed
lived the life.
circuit. So it's just, and it's only pompous. I'm not saying all. I'm just saying the ones that are pompous and snobbish.
Right. I call those people the language police. Those are the language police.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That was so right on. I've been in a workshop where every time I did a poem, there was like, why does it have to rhyme? Why rhyme? I mean, it's all the MFA degrees, and I really hate that whole pompous scene. You're so right.
It's crazy.
No offense,
That's that outlaw shit. That's that outlaw shit.
Yeah, boy.
Plus, let me point out one other thing. That's a third poem tonight that had this solid ending that no one's going to forget. It may not be your ending, but it was awesome. It was awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all. Like, I had a feeling like either this poem was gonna really fly or it was just gonna bomb. It's gonna bomb in certain rooms I read it in, but they're gonna have to hear it. They're gonna hear it.
You know how that
You never
goes.
bomb, but if you have to bomb the whole building.
Yeah,
bro.
I'll bomb with this one gladly. I'll bomb with this one gladly.
I'll make sure it's
The
napalm.
sirens are going. They're coming for you. It's that much
Literary
fire.
napalm.
I also liked you had a bit of a kind of a nonchalant delivery too. I think most people might not pick that up if they're not familiar with your work, but you were just kind of leaning back against the wall or slouching in your chair, giving that poem up, and it really added a lot to the earnestness of it.
Word, okay.
That's why Paul's our union rep right there. That's why Paul's the union poet rep. That's where
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Right on the
Definitely keep that in mind.
PQs.
Yeah, he's a sensei of expression. That's for sure.
Shit. Like, yo, hold up. I feel like I need to capitalize on all of this. Like, yo, y'all are just so creative, man. It just comes out of your pores, man. Maze, that's just work, bro. The skiff verse is on it. Our inspiration, Bonnie was on it. Like, yo, it's just work. I really, really can't thank y'all enough for encouraging each other, for energizing each other. Really, get your hands on this book. I have it. I haven't really cracked it yet, but we are going to get into it. Maze is in a workshop working on it right now. We are going to get into a workshop about it so we can get through this book. It is absolutely amazing. Listen, y'all are so damn amazing, man. Again, I apologize for the folks that we will not get to this evening. Shout out Captain of the Street Team, I Inspiration. Shout out Zone Conto in the building. Shout out Samantha. Shout out Garland Thompson, Alan Gary, Bonnie Soloway, April, Jeff Robles, the Priestess Oshunyo, Yen Joski, C, Brian and Cecil. Listen, I really can't thank all of y'all Man, enough. Really. I sound like a broken friggin' record, but y'all are just that dope. Like, really. Plug in with all things New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Continue to do what you do. Please write fearlessly. I love all of y'all. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, peace and blessings.